Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 17 of this 30-day Authentic Life Challenge. I am Tanya E. Hood, and today we are going to have a conversation about intentions. I spoke with you earlier about being intentional with your efforts and your actions. Well, if you really want to have your dreams, your desires, your goals met, you will have to be intentional about making certain that happens. You have to be intentional with what you want to strategize with your time, your resources, your knowledge. I know those were the three things that were really pressing on me when I was making some decisions about some things in my life. See, I'm an electrical engineer by discipline, project manager by trade, and both of those elements required me to put in some intentional time to learn what I needed to learn to do both elements. It took me a while to get through college because of all the various things that happened in life. And when life decides to come at you while you're trying to get a goal, I want you to know that's going to always happen. So if you are not intentional, it will be difficult for you to achieve anything that you desire. It may be difficult, but when you make a decision to be deliberate and intentional with your actions, it can get done. To get my degree, I had to block out time, which is another element that you have to be intentional with doing. It takes time to achieve the goals that we desire. We would love to have a special magic potion that will just let us have what we want now. But that's not how life works. I was often told that anything worth having is worth working for. And so if you really want it, it's going to require you to be intentional with working for it. It's not going to be easy, but trust me, when you achieve it, the amount of effort and energy and intention that you put in it, oh, you're going to be very happy that you did. And here's the thing about being intentional. It forces you to protect what you have. That way you can be more knowledgeable about what you're going to do next. Being intentional in one area often helps you be intentional in another area. We all have the same 24 hours. And in that 24 hours, it looks like some people are doing way more with it than you are. Well, that requires you to be intentional, like I was saying earlier. Time blocking. That's a technique that you can use to help you be intentional with your efforts because there will be days you just don't feel like it. If you already have it scheduled to complete, you're clear about how long it will take, you know how much effort it will require of you, and you can get through it. That is how you achieve your goals. That is how you get what you want, but it requires you being intentional. The other thing that I had to learn to do is when you transition from one thing that you're doing to another, you're going to have to get knowledgeable. It requires resources. Being an engineer was way different than when I became a real estate investor. I wanted to invest in real estate because I knew it was a way for me to make some money, but I had to get some knowledge about that. You can't just walk from one industry into another and think that you're going to automatically be able to do some things. There are some flukes that happen, but if you're going to do something long term, that's where you can maximize what's happening in your world. That takes intention. I had to be intentional with getting my education as a real estate investor so that I can save my resources, be strategic about what I was planning and doing so that I knew the outcome of my efforts. It breaks my heart for people that go into a field that they think is super easy. If it's too easy, I know you probably heard the term, it just might not be real. So watch yourself. Gambling is one of those things that people try to do real easy, but it never helps you get quick rich. And if you do make the money rich quickly, you won't keep it. So you should be intentional with your knowledge. You should be intentional with your efforts so that you can be intentional with your resources. The other thing that I had to learn is in switching industries, when I became an author, speaker, and a coach, that required something way different. So having mentors to support you in your efforts will get you through the process, but you need to be intentional about who you speak to help you. There are individuals that can get you from certain levels. I personally have a lot of mentors. I have paid a pretty penny for some of the people that I work with, and a lot of information that I have gained from them has helped me in one space. But then as I moved to a different level, when I got a new understanding, I had to be intentional with getting someone that can help me in the next space. So for day 17, you need to be intentional with your time, your resources, your knowledge, your insight, so that you can achieve the things that you desire. If you want to continue this conversation, you need to be with us on Zoom. We are already on here so that we can continue this discussion. Go to my website, tanyaehood.com. There you can register, and I look forward to seeing you. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.